Welcome back. There's new research from Robert Half's 2024 salary guide that reveals the top hiring and salary trends impacting today's workforce, the roles expected to see the biggest salary gains in 2024, and how benefit options can help companies attract and retain top talent. Brandi Britton is a career workplace expert for global talent solutions and business for consulting firm Robert Half. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thanks for joining me. So what were some of the biggest takeaways from the Robert Half salary guide?
Well, we're seeing three important trends. First and foremost, salaries remain top of mind. In fact, 63% of workers plan to ask for a raise before the end of this year. Second is flexibility. Employees want to say and when, where, and how they work. And third is inflation. It's what's driving workers to demand raises, but it's a two-way street, and that inflation is impacting employers just as much as employees.
Well, does that mean that employers are going to be a little hesitant to give raises?
Well, employers have the opportunity to provide things alternative to compensation. So compensation is still going to increase, albeit at maybe a more moderate pace than it has been in the past. But what they can do to compete for the best talent is offer flexibility. And what we mean by flexibility is a hybrid schedule. Employees want that type of flexibility. In fact, we recently placed an individual who was working full-time in an office, commuting an hour and a half each way. And by helping him find a hybrid schedule, he was able to find a better work-life balance. And it just speaks to why flexibility is so important to employees.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not everything has to be monetary. And quite honestly, if you get that flexibility in your schedule, it saves you time, but it also saves you money in terms of your commuting cost and all the other expenses, right?
Yes, absolutely. And for companies, it can be the great equalizer, particularly companies who have budgetary constraints. In lieu of a large raise, they can offer that flexibility and hybrid schedule and can compete with companies who maybe offer larger salary packages.
Well, are there any other benefits or options that companies are thinking about providing?
Well, hybrid flexibility remains number one, but there's other things as well, that other types of perks. So you've got different types of benefit packages, which are very important, other types of discounts and conveniences, and really that overall culture that they can provide their employee to make sure that they enjoy where they're working every day.
Are employers considering making these benefit packages available to employees at all levels?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. First, employees need to reflect on what's important to them. So, what type of benefit package is important to them? They want to research and utilize resources like our Robert Half salary guide to get an understanding of what benefit packages are out there, what's most common. And then if for some reason they're not afforded the various benefits packages that meet their needs, then they should act and request a meeting with their manager, and then prepare for that meeting in advance by practicing with friends and family to have that discussion with their employer.
Speaking of that discussion, how do you know when and if it's a good time to ask for a raise?
Absolutely. So you want to be aware of how your company is doing financially. Then second, when is the last time that you had an increase? Has it been a year or longer? And then if you've got an ROI that you can show your employer about how you've contributed to the organization, we recommend that you go ahead and go for it.
So don't just ask for a raise because you feel like you deserve it, but actually show your employer what you're doing to contribute to the bottom line.
That's right. What is your individual ROI?
What are some of the positions that are expected to see some of the biggest salary gains in 2024?
Well, I can tell you, I've been doing this for 25 years, and positions that were not always popular are very popular right now. So, for that entire list of positions, you can take a look at our website at roberthalf.com.
And what other information can we find on the site?
That's right. On our website, you can take a look at our salaries, what to expect for next year, tips for job seekers looking for a new position, as well as tips for employers who are focused on either hiring or retaining their employees.
Brandi Britton, career and workplace expert for Global Talent Solutions for business consulting firm Robert Half, has been my guest. Do you have any other words of advice, Brandi?
Now is a good time as ever, but do your homework first and let your manager know in advance that you are requesting to talk about compensation. Let them be prepared as well.
All right, no surprises. Here we go. Brandi, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
There's more to come on Talk with Audrey after the break.